putting too much into it. Yeah. Let's get this fire started. Sports became a passion. Convo bring it to life, highlighting all the action. Opinions could explode like a chemical reaction. If we started from the bottom, now rise up the newest caption. Man, it's known that every team and every person got an emphasis. But this that similarity that smokes all of our differences. Statements can get real, better back it up with evidence. Prove it for the record, watch this hour of deliverance. Haters outside the lines, but we do it quite frankly. Cause I'm around the horn, so just part the interruption. Cause the hatred they be spreading is an unwanted production.
Yo, what's up, everybody? You know what it is. It is Rise Up Early, the Buffalo Bills special. I am your host, Andre the Torch Robinson. And of course, you see it. I got my brothers in the building. Obviously, it is 8 a.m. I hope you got your Folgers. It's the best part of waking up. Not really, as long as we talking about Bills Mafia. My brothers is in the house. You see him with the coffee mug. I'm going to start with him. Bills fanatic, Bills phenomenon, Bills knowledgeable, reputable, respectable brother. Ron Enix, what's good, Ron?
What's up, fellas? Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning?
Hey,
Phenomenal.
can I get some tea or coffee or something?
Listen, I got the Breakfast of Champions right here.
It's right here.
I'm feeling out of place. You feel me?
He's feeling out of place. His shirt didn't do it for it, but we ain't gonna go there. My brother from another mother, obviously, of course, you know who it is. It is TODT Live phenomenon, special brother in the house, Devon, the professional, Stanfield. What's good, bro?
What up? In the old Martin Lawrence fashion, what's going on? What's up?
What's good? I want y'all to like and share the show right now. Bills Mafia, stand up. Make sure you like and share this to your mama's friends, cousins, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces. It don't matter. Just share it. Make sure you get all this great content that we got for you today. First and foremost, I'm telling you right now, it's about to get live. This is Comparison Sunday, folks. All right? Comparison Sunday. With that being said, y'all think y'all ready? Y'all ready to kick this joint off, right?
We're ready.
Right. We'll kick this joint off, right? All right, let's go. Why not? Let's get it. Here we go.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah. Kick it off right, folks. It wouldn't be me if I didn't start the show off with this.
A little bit of fire.
Well. Fire started early in the morning. Bad press from Jake Fromm. I call him Jake from State Farm. After saying elite white people in conversation about gun laws. I need to know, how do you feel about this situation? And by the way, the call line is open too. 716-243-5669. Ron Enix. How do you feel about it? Come on.
I think it's already done. If I'm the coach, he's not even progressing. He's done. He's done. I can't. No, I'm not even starting him. He's out. He's out the building. His bags weren't even unpacked yet. Just saying.
Wow. He said his bags wasn't even unpacked yet, and he already messed it up. Now, I just want to know, how do you get fired on your off day, Craig? I just want to know how
exactly.
You get fired on your off day. Let me stop.
You ain't even had an on day yet.
Listen, they ain't firing him. Jake from State Farm gonna ensure us that this ain't gonna be a repetitive behavior. Because if it is, I think the Buffalo Bills should just cut it at this point. If it's going to be repetitive. Devon, the professional, Stanfield.
Was that a question?
Yeah, it's a question.
I don't know why.
Man, you already know where I stand on this. First of all, shout out to the people in Buffalo, man. I'm sorry that you've had to incur verbiage like this from your second quarterback drafted that's speculated to be anything. It started out with the whole Josh Allen thing. Josh Allen seems to have recovered. nicely, and now we got to start it off with the whole Jake Fromm thing. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that they should cut him out the door. They should at least let him get in camp and let the offensive lineman let the defensive lineman through the line so they can mess him up
Yes.
a little bit first.
Yeah, maybe
See if he can handle some of the punishment that he
that's a
seems
good
to be
idea, Devon.
inviting him inviting
That's
himself into.
yes.
Uh,
I,
Dre, I'm not so much concerned about what the Buffalo Bills organization does because we have had our conversations about the Buffalo Bills organizational lack of leadership as it pertains to minorities across these United States, their lack of sensitivity. So that's a story within itself. What I am concerned about is why is it that every time that we have these conversations, these guys talk about, oh, I made a mistake. I made a terrible mistake. It wasn't a mistake. That's exactly how you felt. I'm sick and tired of the piss poor apologies. I'm sick and tired of the BS explanations. That's exactly how you felt. Now, if that's how you felt 3 years ago when it was said, and you're a different person now than you were then prove that with your actions. But miss me with the BS, man, because I'm sick and tired of it. That's exactly how you felt. You felt like it was elite white folk, and you put that in the conversation because you felt like the rest of the community across these United States weren't smart, intelligent, weren't smart or intelligent enough, or savvy enough to understand the seriousness and magnitude that go behind owning a gun. And me
now,
personally, I think that's blatantly disrespectful. I think it's blatantly obvious of what type of environment that you grew up in, and the simple fact that you can make that conversation over this last decade when we still had Trayvon Martin in 2012, and that was well over 7 years ago, where your incident was like 3 years ago, man, you can, like I said, miss me with the
can I
BS.
can I say something else?
Go ahead,
Go
man.
ahead.
Okay.
Before we get
So
into the comments.
yeah. So not even okay, I had a train of thought here. I'm just irritated. Like cause I get it. It's you can't say it's a mistake because he knew he messed up when he was trying to get the young lady. I don't know whether it was girlfriend or not, but as soon as he was like, "Look, you got to take that down," or he was trying to have somebody else get her to take it down, he knew. That's my thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Come on,
I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and act like if I made a comment, if I made a stupid ass comment however many years ago, if I made that comment, um, if I make that comment and somebody put it up or was putting it up as a joke or what have you, I'm not gonna sit up here in front. Like, I'm not gonna get them to try to take it down. But at the end of the day, I'm also not gonna say it was a mistake.
right?
I'm gonna own that. I said
Thank
that.
you,
I said that.
thank
Yeah.
you.
That's not where I am today, but that I said that. I was joking around. I was being stupid. I meant what I said.
Right,
I meant what I said in the context of the conversation, but that's not where I am. That's not who I am. It is who I was at that time, but people live and learn, people grow.
right.
So
And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. People would accept it more, I think, if they weren't like, "Oh no, well, I wasn't trying to say that." No, you know what? Be real. You might look stupid for a minute, but be like, "No, you know what? Yeah, I did. I was really stupid. I said it. I shouldn't have. I'm trying to move on from that. I'm trying to better
and
myself."
and let's be clear, bro. In an era where, specifically in Georgia, you have had to
Hmm.
you have had to deal with the most recent incident of Ahmaud Arbery and other areas like that, and on top of that, you go to a school in Athens where the climate around sensitivity around minority issues is not necessarily catering to those individuals. I mean, it just seems like something that I wouldn't
Right.
expect. I would expect that. So when it came out, I wasn't surprised. I didn't really care in terms of Jake Fromm because I don't really care for the dude. I watched that dude give up a national championship game to my guy Tua Tagovailoa at that Roll Tide University anyway. So as far as I'm concerned, I was laughing because at the end of the day, you on your way up to Buffalo. God forbid you go in that city because if you go in that city right after these comments, I feel just as bad for you as I felt for Drew Brees after making his comments, knowing that he had to drive through New Orleans the next day.
So I just want to state this real quick. Lorenzo Alexander was on the show recently. He said, no, they shouldn't cut him from the team. But Trey White made it known, listen, I ain't for the BS, straight up. And you don't want to piss off your best corner right now. You definitely don't want to do that, especially with contract coming up. You want to re-sign him. So you got to be very mindful and very careful of the situation. I will say that this is a repetitive pattern, though, because we already had the issue with Josh Allen when he first came here. I've interviewed Josh Allen and had fun with Josh Allen on multiple occasions. You can go back and check on MSG, Rise Up Family. We was there for that. They also had signed Richie Incognito right after that whole situation in Miami. The Bills signed him, but he kept his mouth shut. Now it's Jake Fromm. Here's Jake Fromm, and here he come with his nonsense, his non-national title winning self, in which he better just stick to football and really pay attention because I'm telling you, nicks, bumps, bruises is coming, and he better learn while he getting nicked, bumped, and bruised up during training camp. I'm telling you that right now for the sake of what could be him being the backup if Matt Barkley doesn't play his part. I take you that right now. You better think about that. And I say that because we already had this situation before with only Josh Allen and Nathan Peterman being on the roster. But we ain't going back there. But I need him to really focus on football now. All right, it happened. They're watching you. Let's get to football. All right.
Let's get the bumps and bruises out the way.
Hey, Dre, before you go to the comment section, I got one question. I got one rebuttal to this question, man.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I'm sick of nobody ever asking these questions when we touch these subjects. So I'm gonna ask it.
Go ahead and ask it.
If that was Russell Wilson or Cam, and he said only elite black people should own guns, what would the country's response be right now?
I'm gonna say one better. I'm gonna bring it right home. If that was Tyrod Taylor,
no. Matter of fact, no. Here you go. If that was Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah, or Lamar Jackson, it would be a definite issue. So I just want to put that out there. We gotta get the football, stick to football, because in the words of Rise Up the Family, when you put extra into it, it usually is a problem. All right.
Right.
Let me read these comments real quick. Sharon said, "Don't wave at me." Sharon, I tried to tag everybody before the show started. I want to start late, but I will say this. I'm happy that everybody is up. Bills Mafia, stand up. Put some lights and hearts in the air for yourself right now. Go ahead and put it in the comment section. Put some lights and hearts up.
If Sharon Mullen knew how to accept friend requests, she would have been copied already. That's all I got to say about that.
Oh, ouch. All right. Cheryl, good morning. Good morning, Cheryl. Asher, Jason, what up? What's good? Go Bills Mafia. It's our time. Believe, love, live, success. Let's get it. Absolutely. Let's go. Rob, what up? What's going on, Robert Austin? What's up? Chuck Thomas, Buck Flares in the house. Fromm meant what he said. He is why black folks need to buy guns in droves. Oh, boy. Okay. Rise up. Absolutely, Sharon. Rise up and win. That's right. This is an insurance show? Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. I knew today was going to be a hot, fiery show, and it is.
Said it yesterday.
Can you explain his comments thoroughly with context? So again, the conversation was about gun laws, and in context,
who asked for that explanation?
Because I read it.
Who asked for the explanation?
I think it was
TC.
Oh,
TC. Okay, yeah. Me and TC have been having conversation around the complexities around these types of conversations. So good question, TC. Go ahead.
Okay, so the conversation was about gun laws and who should have them, and pretty much in a nutshell, Jake Fromm just said, just stop everybody from having them, but the elite white folks. Now, when you say elite white folks, I'm saying, are you talking about Johnny Carson? Are you talking about Johnny Manziel? Are you talking about Donald Trump? Who we talking about? Elite white folks. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say on that. All right, moving on. He needs to be confronted
clearly,
by his
Jake
team.
Fromm's a little miseducated because he doesn't know how much money the world and these companies make in arms dealing. So clearly, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Obviously.
Watch Made in America, bum.
Right. Chuck Thomas said Riley 2.0. Fromm didn't even say he no longer felt that way. He just proved that he meant what he said and then and now. Fromm gets no pass. Ruiz gets no pass. Dennis Holmes, what's good? I'm just getting all the facts behind his share, and I'm not saying he wasn't wrong. Not 100% sure. I'd be interested to know as well. Absolutely. Fromm will be back in Atlanta. Wilson and Cam would have been tortured. Lamar too. Okay. Yep. Now, I'm glad that we got through that because guess what? The show gets nothing but more spicier. Y'all ready for this? Oh my goodness. Yes, it's gonna get spicier, y'all. I told you Comparison Sunday was gonna get real, and it's about to jump off. I promise you. Here we go. So obviously we throwing that one in the trash. We done with it, all right? But now, is Tyrod Taylor the biggest scapegoat of the decade? I just read an article that said Tyrod Taylor was the biggest scapegoat of the decade when it comes to the Buffalo Bills, meaning an excuse for why they weren't successful. I'm going to sit back and drink some tea while I play this. And Devon, you can start off with the narrative on this. Go right ahead. And there's some stats for you real quick while we at it. But
woo! Bring them out, bring them out,
bring them out.
Bring them out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Woo!
Sing.
Bring them out, bring them out.
Jip.
Bring them out, bring them out.
Yo, man. As it pertains to Tyrod Taylor, we have had this conversation on several occasions. When it comes to offensive efficiency, when it comes to yards thrown, when it comes to touchdown passes, when it comes to leadership, the cross-reference difference between Josh Allen and Tyrod Taylor, even though Josh Allen seems to be getting all his praise, if you look at the comparison, it's damn near right alongside each other. And the fact of the matter is, to date, they have had the exact same results in their career. Tyrod Taylor had one playoff appearance. Josh Allen, one playoff appearance. And so I don't know if he's the greatest scapegoat of the decade, only because Robert Griffin III is still out there, and what happened to him in Washington.
Oh no, they're talking about Bills. Just
I know, but when you say the decade, I mean
right, the decade of Bills.
I mean,
decade's a long time for the Bills.
Doug Marrone is still out there.
Come on.
I would say Rex Ryan, but he actually deserves a lot of the criticism that went through him. And then there's incidents like I won't say any names, but there's incidents about football fumbles on kickoff returns that cost us playoff games, and I'm not gonna say no names because that's my man. So I ain't gonna kill him. But there's incidents out there that we could honestly say, because let's be clear, that fumble don't happen. Tyrod got 2 playoff appearances. Am I right? So I don't know if he's the biggest scapegoat of the decade as it pertains to the Buffalo Bills, especially as it pertains to the NFL. But I will say in the conversations that have surrounded him since Josh Allen has been in town have been absolutely repulsive, and I don't appreciate it, and I don't think it's warranted. So I definitely think he's top 3.
All right. Let me read this. Jake Fromm should be cut then. I don't agree with Drew Brees, but I think it's a case of white guilt. Tyrod got the end of the stick in Buffalo, said T.C. Casey for the decade. Jameis Winston, no playoff appearance, 1 winning season. Phillip Rivers. Yeah, we're just talking about Buffalo Bills, by the way. We're just talking about the Bills. But yes, Devon makes a really, really good point. Ron Enix, how you feel about this conversation? Whoa.
We had this conversation yesterday too.
Whoa,
Look,
Nelly.
it's oh, it's hard because yes and no. Yes, he's definitely up there on the list of scapegoats because we've talked about it. You know, he's obviously not the quarterback that we got now. That well, because this quarterback has a lot worse protection plan, I guess you could say. Because Allen's just kind of careless with the ball. You know, I mean, it's as simple as that. No, he is. I mean,
No,
look,
I mean I agree with you. I agree with you.
yeah, it's kind of pathetic, honestly. If we could take Josh Allen and have him take as good a care of the ball as Tyrod did, could you imagine what we would be doing right now? Come on.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Ron, because you just helped us get right into the next topic, segueing into the next topic. But by the way, these are Tyrod Taylor stats. And I will, if you don't understand the lines or can read between the lines, I'm going to give it to you. Here's the games he started right here where you see 14-15. Here's his record where you see 7-6, 7-8, 8-6. Here's his completions he made, the throws he made, the attempts, the percentage that he completed them in, the yards per season, touchdowns, his average per attempt, interceptions. Okay, right here.
He never had more than 7 interceptions.
Never.
He never had more than
there.
7 interceptions.
I'm just putting it out there. I want y'all to see this. So you just got us right into the next topic, in which we got to talk about Josh Allen, and we're gonna blend the two. All right. Shout out to Bills Mafia right now. Put some
Jay, put them stats up one more time.
Oh, you want them stats one more time?
Just one more time. Just one more game.
All right, I got you. One more game. Let's bring it back.
I just need to, and I only asked to put the stats up only for one area.
Go ahead.
Do you realize that Tyrod Taylor has never thrown in a season where he's started at least 15 games? He's never thrown for less than 3,000 yards.
Never.
Even in the last season, he only started 14 games. He was at 2,700. He was at 2,700 yards, and in that season, he was twiddled and twaddled back and forth with Nathan Peterman, who they swore up and down was the guy who threw 5 interceptions in 8 possessions.
Possessions, not games.
Devon, if this was a talk show, I'd snap my fingers. You're dropping T right now, brother. All right.
That's all.
So we're going to slide that one over. And what is your unbiased expectations for Josh Allen this season? By the way, we will segue into Tyrod Taylor and Josh Allen collectively in a moment. But go ahead. I'm going to start with Ron Enix. You tell me, brother.
What my expectations are and what's going to happen, honestly, we can only speculate at this point. But if I'm saying what needs to happen, he has to have a knockdown, drag out year. No choice. He's got every reason to have a great playoff run this year, but he has every reason to not make that happen. You know what I mean? It's too early in the morning for that kind of thing, but you get what I'm picking up. He don't have a choice. He don't have a choice. If he don't do it this year, then I think we got to go another direction.
All right. Devon, the professional.
Yes, sir.
What's good?
What's going on?
What are your unbiased expectations?
AFC Championship game or bust.
Ooh, wow.
Absolutely.
Bills Mafia, by the way, you can call in right now, 716-243-5669 as we talk about Josh Allen.
Let me explain why I feel this way.
Go ahead.
This draft has gone by We in the course of this draft, I think everybody can agree that the Buffalo Bills drafted at least B plus worthy. And if you throw in the Stephon Diggs pre-draft trade that
That's
happened,
yeah.
they're probably A minus to A.
Right.
The defense somehow, I don't know how, but the defense somehow got better. He has more weapons around him, including easily a top 10 wide receiver, which most people believe to be top 6 or 7, right?
I would
And
say
so
just with his route running ability.
just with his route running ability alone, we talk about how efficient he was. And for those of people that don't know, we're talking about Stephen Diggs. For those people that don't also know, it was widely understood that Stephen Diggs was in Buffalo by his random appearances there the previous season
Yep.
in Buffalo that we don't talk about on the regular. But I would say
Mm.
the women in Buffalo were tampering if that's fair. So um, so when you include those things on
Testing,
top of the fact
testing.
that on top of the fact that minus Brian Daboll, they probably would have won the playoff game last year. If you don't come out in the second half and stifle Josh Allen's ability to remain efficient and get a rhythm going, then maybe we win the playoff game last year and we go into the second round and do some other things. When you take those things into consideration, it's not out of bounds to expect anything less than the AFC Championship game, especially considering the one thing that nobody is talking about, and that is the simple fact that Tom Brady does not exist in the AFC anymore.
Absolutely.
Your
And,
main curse and
and you know
catalyst
what?
is no
I
longer there.
I can't stand the fact that I wish
That he
looking
was,
back
right?
last season, yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
No,
Because I don't
I don't know. Listen, I don't want him to be there. I don't want him to
know
be there because
why.
if Josh does what he's supposed to do, then Super Bowl we might see him.
Oh, okay, then okay, I get
Forget
it then.
if Josh does what he's supposed to do, and the Buffalo Bills organization holds true to running the ball, letting defense dictate the pace of the game, and then when necessary, Josh and Stephen or Josh and Beasley or
Yeah.
Josh and John Brown and whoever we got in the backfield, they go nuts with it. Pause. Bruh, it's easily possible. Given what Tom has and what we have, we can see them in the Super Bowl, and I would much rather see him in the Super Bowl and get payback there than any other
Yeah.
platform that would be available to us.
I just think
No.
I was
Go ahead.
thinking about it on the premise that I would have liked to have beat them, before he left. Because we so should have.
That's
We
fair,
really should have.
and I think we can dismantle Belichick on the way to the Super Bowl and then beat
Yes.
Tom when we get there. But
Yes.
that's one way of looking at it. I feel how you feel. And shout out to TC Casey. I'm sorry for making those statements against your boys, but man, listen, I would love to see the Patriots in the playoffs and dismantle them and then take it to the Super Bowl and say, hey Tom, nice to see you. Since you're 42, I'd like to drop these nuggets on your head. Bow.
Okay, listen carefully. Let me read these comments real quick. TC Casey said Jets and Dolphins 6-10. Shane, what up, Shane? Courtney said, TC, if you're asking about Fromm, it was from 2019, so he was 22. Division champs, playoff win. My expectation, third best team in the AFC. Yo, Buck Flair, you took the words right out of my mouth. Thank you very much. By the way, it's real simple for me. Got to telling them going back to back.
Back to back.
Back to back. That's as plain as I can make it. They going back to back. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about this. We're going to move right along. And I'm going to show you something else about Josh Allen real quick. Yeah. So Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, 24.1% completion percentage, 8.7 per attempt, 64.4 passer rating. The player with arguably the strongest arm in the league is arguably the worst deep ball passer.
Now,
24.1% on long balls last year. I'm going to tell you this. and I don't mean to get into later on topics, but I will simply say, Josh, I need you to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. That is my unbiased expectation for you this season.
He can't.
Um,
He can't.
or
Can look. Oh my gosh! Listen,
Yep,
he
yep.
had it once. He had it already.
He did. He had it. He had it. He had it. We got to come on. Let's get it. Get his numbers real quick.
He can't put it all together by itself.
You're right.
We got to put some of this onus on the people calling the plays. That bum calling the plays, man.
Thank you.
Sir. We gonna get it. Listen, we gonna get into all that. I promise you. Look at these numbers right here.
We all seen him stutter around the interview. Come on.
Absolutely. Listen, Josh Allen, 52.8, 58.8, 2019. His numbers went up. 1,000 yards better in throwing, 10 touchdowns better, 3 less interceptions, but he has 21 fumbles in 24 games. Let's move on. We already
I don't recall Tyrod Taylor ever having less than 60%, 62% completion percentage.
But listen, what we have to realize though also is number one, he didn't even get the reps that a normal college player gets. So that's not excusing it. I'm just saying, like, he didn't even get the same type of reps. I mean, the kid's coming from Wyoming, and come on. So he can do it, but they messed up his psyche when he went from the first year. We all remember the first year he had. It wasn't a banner year, but he had a better deep ball the first year, did he not?
Yep.
Did he?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Absolutely. Yes, it was much better, man.
Absolutely. His deep ball was definitely
that long ball out of him.
For sure. Yeah.
Hey, just out of curiosity, and I'm just asking. I'm just asking out of curiosity. Who were Josh Allen's receivers his rookie year?
Actually, quite interestingly, it was Kelvin Benjamin, Robert Foster.
And I got some tea in my cup. I just want you to go ahead.
You see, go ahead. Drink that tea. He didn't have
Kelvin Benjamin, Robert Foster, and who else?
Go ahead. Kelvin Benjamin,
Robert Foster,
Isaiah McKenzie.
Was it Zay Jones?
Zay Jones.
Ooh. Zay Jones.
Ooh. Whoa there. Yeah, Zay. You heard it.
Listen, he should have had a lot better year last year.
Oh, Andre Roberts.
Yeah.
And we talking about long balls. Pause.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Listen, man. I don't think that he had a better long ball. I just think that he had bigger targets.
I mean,
I personally
have.
Well, I don't think that the Cam Newton criticizer was. Never mind. Listen, I will say.
So, y'all got to answer that question real quick. Who will last longer in the league? You saw it. I played some highlights of both. Josh Allen or Tyrod Taylor? Answer the question. This is Comparison Sunday, by the way, y'all, and we getting real close to the midway point. We're actually at the midway point right now.
So first of all, I don't think that's a correct question. I think you should say who's going to last in the NFL longer as a starter, because Tyrod's career is going to last forever. Tyrod's career is going to last forever off intellect alone. That guy's incredibly smart. He was slated as a potential starter in Baltimore before he asked for the money that he asked for, and then it was time for him to get up out of there. Even though I think he was undefeated in Baltimore as a starter,
right,
behind Joe Flacco and what have you. So I don't think that that's a legit question, because I don't think that Josh, the way that he runs and the way that he puts his body on the line, I don't think that it's fair to compare him to Tyrod, because Tyrod is just not that. He's just not that dude. He doesn't put his body on the line unnecessarily. And when he does take off, he definitely knows how to slide, unlike some people, which is why he doesn't turn over the ball.
He's getting it.
That being
right.
said, I do think that that Josh will last longer than him as a starter, but I don't know if his career will come anywhere near close to Tyrod's longevity.
All right, so let me read these comments before we get into well, we are already 35 minutes in, but let me get into these comments, and then we got a special segment in which I'm going to need everybody who is on Facebook Live right now to turn up with these likes and hearts, man. Let me read them. For Josh Allen, if he can consistently get 24 to 25 points a game, not turn over the ball, and the defense get whole offenses to 17, Asher Jason said, I believe that Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills will be 12-4. Sweet.
Interesting.
Wow. I think AFC Championship is a huge stretch, said TT Casey. Said they would have to get real lucky with seeding.
Not that huge.
Dan Gambino, what's good, bro? Shout out to you. Shout out to Bills Mafia again. Like and share the show. I told you the number was 716-243-5669 if you want to comment or call. Come on with it. His stats declined and he opted for free agency. He made those decisions. Sometimes you gamble in life, Sharon. All right. Let's keep going. So division champs is my expectation, said Sharon Mullen. Super Bowl in Tampa this year, Norwood conspiracy, revenge over Brady, all those years. Whoa. All right. Better weapons around Josh Allen. Buck Flair dropping jewels right now. I'm not going there.
He definitely is. A
couple years late, had the chance to have Robert Woods and Sammy Watkins. LOL, said Buck Flair. Timothy Lewis, what's good? Thank you for tuning in. And I want to thank Bills Mafia for supporting early in the morning.
Shout out to Robert Woods, man. A friend of the show, man. Huge friend, man. Robert Woods, great guy. Shout out to that dude.
Absolutely. You probably even haven't had your coffee yet, or your tea, or your French toast, or your pancakes, eggs, and sausage. But you're here with us. We appreciate that greatly. So continue to like and share. All right. Now, with that being said, so in a time right now where we're going through COVID-19 and a whole lot of social injustice, I came up with an idea called the Shout section, in which I need Bills Mafia. Come on, y'all. I want y'all to send me videos. I need videos. I want in this section, I want there to be videos and not me playing music. But we're going to play music this week. Where you send me your most creative, funniest videos to this Shout song that we're about to play. So while I get some things going, and we calling this the Shout section, y'all. While I get some things put together for the second half of the show, I need y'all to put likes and hearts in the air for 2 minutes, all right? This is for Bills Mafia. This is for you, all right?
Hey,
the Shout section. I'm only getting it right here on Rise Up Early, the Buffalo Bills section. Yeah, go ahead. Go. What's up, Devon?
Hey, man, before you jump into that, TC Casey said, I think Buffalo has development issues offensively. How many times we done said this?
We set it out.
How many times?
Listen, we're going to get into, I promise you, the second half of the show, y'all, we're going to get into some offensive. We're going to get into a whole lot. All right?
We're going to have Steppy.
Shout out to Sharon. Yeah. Shout out to Sharon Mullins' comments too. Listen, Sharon. Division champs is the minimum. That's bare minimum given who we playing against.
Yeah.
Now, Bills Mafia. I see y'all already ready with the likes and hearts, but I need everybody right now to go ahead and put some likes and hearts in the air just for the show in itself, to show unity and community right now. Here we go. Put them in the air right now. Shout section. Let's get it.
I'm going to take a 2-minute coffee session.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen.
Let's go. Shout section, y'all. Unity and community, baby. Get ready. Second half is about to be real. More comparison Sunday coming up.
Come on and shout.
Lil Rimpo, what's good? Let's get it. Even if you're not Bills Mafia, come on, put some likes and hearts in the air. Come on. You are here. Rise up early. Buffalo Bills edition. Let's go. Keep them lights and hearts going. Come on, let's go. This is the shout section, y'all. Put some lights and hearts in the air for your team right now. Lights and hearts in the air for unity and community, y'all. Let's get it. That's a fact. Let's go. All right, y'all. Thank you very much. We appreciate it greatly. Make sure you like and share the show. And like I said, man, 716-243-5669 is the call line. Devon, we got more to get into. Rob, we got more to get into. Let's go. I want videos next week to show on the show. I want unity and community, baby. I want some videos to post on the show next week, all right? So make sure you do that. Devon Samuels, what's good, bro? I see you. Let's get it. Not ready? Uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun. Uh-oh.
Good morning. Arkansas Buffalo Sports 10-8. Last time we spoke, we were at the Combine. We was talking about your daughter's basketball team. I hope the pandemic didn't cut it short, but...
By the way, shout out to Mookie Hawkins from 96.5, Power 96.5, Waffle, by the way, who is a dear friend and mentor to me and what we do. We got Brian Daboll straight from the bank. We got it right here. I need y'all to listen to this, and then we're going to talk about Brian Daboll, and we're going to talk about Rick Dennison, because it's Comparison Sunday. Y'all ready? All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
Here we are. So let's just turn right into it, Coach. Improvements for Josh Allen. What are some of the improvements you're looking to see in Josh this year? And with all these new additions offensively, how creatively will this offense become elite?
Well, we're gonna go ahead and start from the bottom where we're at when we get to training camp and try to improve each day with our installation and the things that we put in. It's hard right now to say, where we're going to be or where we're not going to be until you see all the pieces on the field working together and figuring out on a day-to-day basis. That's going to be important. Practice is always important. It's the most important thing we do because you're able to see the guys execute the stuff that you put in the classroom, and that's really where the game is played. And you're going to have to do a good job, as you always are, but I'd say even more this year during training camp, I'm being ready to adapt and adjust in a very quick manner, because there might be something that you thought was a good thing to install and you get out there and it just doesn't look great. And again, missing all those reps and muscle memory and familiarity with things and body language between a quarterback and a receiver, those are important. As you guys can remember, last year I remember getting some questions about early on in camp about Cole and Josh and different little option routes and things we run and how important that chemistry is. You don't get that until you do it a bunch. So we're going to be looking to hit this thing ground running and making adjustments the way we need to make them. But the installation schedule is going to be critical, and the ability to adjust and adapt during that time is going to be really quick because, God willing, the season is going to be on us quick, and it's going to be our job to really hit the boulders, as we so to speak, to make sure we're ready to go.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right. So, with that being said, I see some heads shaking already. I already know where that's going. Yeah, first and foremost, thank you very much, Mookie Hawkins. Thank you very much. We appreciate you greatly. Shout out to Sports QTV. Shout out to Wofo, again, Power 96.5.
That's part of that interview.
OMG. So, comparisons on offensive coordinators, past and present. I put up two because I feel like we need to decipher the two. And we're going to do this real quick. Brian Daboll and Rick Dennison. Which offensive coordinator would you rather have? And tell me right now the current offensive coordinator, what you feel he needs to do to be successful this season.
Quit.
Ron Enid. I'm starting with you.
I just said it. Quit.
Oh, I did quit.
We've been.
Wow.
Look, come on. We've been trying. we. Oh my gosh, we're acting like we haven't been trying for the last couple of years. The dude started with a piece of scrap paper. You remember that? Thank you. Thank you. It's scrap paper. Come on.
Oh,
Get him out of here.
Ron is tight. He's tight. He's tight, y'all. I need to know, Bills Mafia, do you feel those same feelings about Brian Daboll? Devon, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, brother. Tell me how you feel about this.
Shrek is going on a rampage. Come on.
First of all, I don't know if I would want either one of them personally as my offensive coordinator. However, I'm only going to comment on Brian Daboll because Brian Daboll is the offensive coordinator right now, and I think that's the only thing that matters. So he's there. So let's comment on this guy. Anytime somebody asks you a question like, "What is your criteria or expectations for growth of a player that you are intimately involved with as far as coaching and development?"
You sound like Brian Daboll. A little scratchy right now. A little scratchy.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Go ahead. I understand. Listen, you started talking about Brian Daboll and things get a little scratchy.
It's catchy. It's okay.
Yes. By the way, I want to get into this comment. Sharon said, "What? Scrap paper?" Yes, Sharon. Yes. He was legitimately caught on Monday Night Football against the New England Patriots. It was Thurman Thomas night. I was there. Great night for the Buffalo Bills to win, and you get caught on national TV with scrap paper in your hand for a playbook.
It's not even some scrap paper. It's a
better?
Piece.
Yes, a whole lot better. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It was embarrassing.
Right. So let me say this. First of all, I'm only gonna comment on Brian Daboll because he's there. So I'm gonna keep it right there.
Go ahead.
Anytime somebody asks you a question about a player that you are intimately involved with, that you are coaching, and they ask you what's your expectation criteria as far as his growth, and you say, we're going to start from the bottom where we always start, and then go to, it's difficult to say where we expect to be. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop with the BS. You come into camp knowing the things that he did not do well the previous year. Knowing those things. And you say, Josh, on your off time, this is where I expect you to grow. These are the places where we need to improve. And those things should be highlighted. They should be quantifiable. When you go into your job evaluation for the next year to determine your raise, they give you an outline on things that you should be improving upon, and then you as an employee should be coming in with an outline on things that you should be improving upon yourself, because you should be your toughest critic. Nobody should have to help you improve. You should be your toughest critic. So the simple fact that not only does Brian Daboll not have a strategic outline as to where they expected him to improve, but the utter fact that I heard so much frustration and disgruntled undertones in Mookie's voice as he said, "Thanks, coach." Clearly, you didn't answer the goddamn question.
Sir, I'm glad you mentioned that, because
he weed whacked his way right around it.
Right around the question.
Ron Edicts, is this not a thing? Weed whacking around questions? This is why.
Yeah.
Yes. Folks, by the way, we want to change media and how it's done. I'm letting you know that on the show right now. There's plenty others. I'm telling you right now, I will name a few who want to change the way media is and how it is presented to you. Rise Up Family is one. As much as we have a love relationship, Cold Friend is another. I will be very honest and frank. Shout out to y'all as well. Listen, he's dancing. He's dancing more than somebody in church shouting.
Bro,
He's dancing around
he is
questions.
tap dancing like his name
Listen.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Woo!
in the
Thank
middle
you.
of a KKK rally.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. FCC, you did not hear that. We did not mention those.
oh man.
But nevertheless, I will say this in a nutshell. Brian Daboll, you scare me. You're scaring me. You are scaring the devil out of me with these press conferences. It is the reason why last year I was highly upset, Ron, I was highly upset with his play calling last year. I was highly upset with the play calling the year before. I'm highly upset right now because even after all that, it still seems like you may not have a legitimate plan for what is going to take place this season, in which Ron Enix, I'm not sugarcoating nothing, like my man Marcus Bet, the Alpha, says, I'm not a baker. So I'm going to put it plain and simple to you. If Brian Daboll does not score 23 to 25 points in any of the first 4 games on offense,
Wait a minute. Can we
booting
please?
out immediately.
We are pleading.
I'm sorry. I get it. Y'all want continuity within the coaching, but we cannot
Get it
continue
out.
for mediocrity as it pertains to the offense. The defense has put on top 3, 4 in the league for the last at least 3 to 4 seasons, and the offense has been god awful.
I don't care if they have to start over fresh.
Listen,
If that's
Ken
what it
Dorsey
takes,
is right
get them
there.
out of there.
Ken Dorsey is right there. By the way, I'm just putting that
Thank
out
you.
there. The one who played is right there. I don't understand why. I don't. And again, I'm gonna ask this question too while we sitting there talking. Was it a mistake to get rid of Greg Roman?
Yeah.
I'm not.
We got about 5 minutes, 4 minutes left. But
I'm not addressing that because the guy's not here. But the fact of the matter is, you getting rid of a guy because he doesn't have a problem standing up to you. Never mind. I said I wasn't going to.
No, go ahead.
Nah, I'm not doing that. Look, we need to focus on what we got in the locker room, and Ken Dorsey is available, and
I agree. I say put him in there.
I personally would wait until Frank Reich gets tossed out of Indianapolis and then snatch him up. But
interesting. I want to say this. Sharon said, "You got to be kidding me." My previous question was, has the Bills changed offensive coaching staff in the past 3 seasons? No, Brian Daboll has been there since 2018. Yes, 18.
But
Josh
it
Allen
is still dry.
is still trash. Yeah, they got rid of the last coordinator before him, and then Brian Daboll came on the scene. And I put up the numbers already. I showed you earlier. I'll show you again if you need them. You can go back to the show and look at it. Matter of fact, here, real quick, before we get into this topic right here that you see as far as defensive coordinator comparison, because it's right there. All right, I'm going to back that up, and you see right here what Brian Daboll has done in 2018 and 19.
Hey, Brian, it's Jay with Buffalo News.
I don't even want to play. I don't even want to play his interview again.
No, don't.
So let's move on real quick before the show ends, because we got about 2 minutes to get into this. I need 30 seconds real fast. Which defensive coordinator would you rather have, Leslie Frazier or Jim Schwartz, right now? Let me put this up too while we talking. Go ahead, give it to me straight and plain. Ron Enix.
Leslie Frazier. I'll start by saying that. I like Leslie Frazier. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be honest. He probably will not be in Buffalo next season, and I'm pretty sure you can count on that because the man is gonna have a head coaching job. Guarantee it.
Devon Stanfield.
Yo, I think
What's
I would go with Leslie Frazier because of his ability. I don't think you can go wrong with either one on as a coordinator. I would rather go with Leslie Frazier because of his ability to relate and galvanize defense as opposed to Jim Schwartz. But make no mistake about it, Jim Schwartz was solid. Solid as they come, man. I don't like him as a head coach. Liked him a lot as a coordinator. So I wouldn't have a problem with either one, but I would lean towards Leslie Frazier.
All right. So real quick, I want to get into these comments. Shout out to Mookie Hawkins, who is in the building watching right now. He said Jim Schwartz. He's taking Schwartz. Sharon said she's taking Frazier. Asher Jason said, funny thing is they got rid of Greg Roman. He gets one of the best quarterbacks in the draft, and his name is Lamar Jackson.
Tell Mookie Hawkins he need to learn how to accept friend requests too.
Thomas said, can we trade you, Jim Schwartz? Wow. All right. Best show out there. Thank you very much, Jade. I appreciate you on that. But I'm not going to sit here and act like there isn't great shows out there. There is. So just continue to support Rise Up Early, the Buffalo edition, because we are very close to being out of time. And I want to say thank you very much for your early morning support and your support period to us as we continue to push unity and community. By the way, I'm going to leave you something to think on real quick before we go. What roster was better? You can put it in the inbox comments. You can comment Devon Stanfield, myself, Andre the Torch Robinson, Ron Enix about this topic real quick. Which roster was better? Go ahead and hit us on Facebook. By the way, shout out to the OnPoint Network. Thank you very much again. You know where we are. We are in the community. Again, preaching unity, of course, as usual. Devon, I want to say thank you very much for being here. The professional was in the house. Ron Enix, my brother, was in the house. Yo, I'm super excited, man. We might have to make this a thing, y'all. For real, for real. We might have to make this a thing. I really want to make this even more often. So, with that being said, Bills Mafia, put some lights and hearts in the air for yourself again. And you know what it is.
Let's get this fire started. Sports became a passion. Convo bring it to life, highlighting all the action. Opinions could explode like a chemical reaction. If we started from the bottom, now rise up the newest caption. Man, it's known that every team and every person got a nemesis. But this that's